I'm Genhee, physician and founder of ElevateMD, and today I'm going to discuss the secret to financial confidence. The problem that physicians have to find financial confidence is they don't have the trust, nor can they find the transparency in the financial industry to find the services and education that they need to make good choices about wealth building. We as physicians are really busy individuals. If we're not maintaining our practice, we're running our kids around to activities, and we don't have a lot of time to dedicate to financial education. What's worse is we don't know where to turn to find the right financial information that we need for our own personal circumstance. So here's a little of my story about how I found financial confidence. Once I recognized the importance of finding the right people to align with your interests, it then became easy to trust those professionals. I started to look for professionals who understood the importance of continuity of care and appreciated that their business model thrived on making sure that I properly planned for my future from a health and wealth perspective, both now, 5 years into my career, as well as after my retirement. I looked for professionals that weren't looking to make a quick buck off of selling me a product, but rather someone who could thrive based on my successes. So I was in search of a lot of resources to try and help me find better ways to understand people in my circumstance and how they achieved successful wealth building. It was difficult to find, and that's actually part of the reason why I developed ElevateMD, to really appeal to the 10-year younger version of myself. I started out by looking at what was available on the web. I asked lots of questions of my professionals, and I also attended conferences, read lots of textbooks. And by taking little pieces and nuggets of information from each one of those resources, I was able to amalgamate and synthesize something that really worked well for me, and I think works well for similar high net worth physicians in my demographic. A couple of the really important things that I learned to try and find financial freedom was asking the right questions of my financial advisors. I decided that if I was going to take charge and take responsibility for building my wealth, what I could do was ask the right questions of my financial advisor to make sure that they had the time and the interest to help me build wealth appropriately. One of those questions was, how many clients do you serve? I was shocked to learn that some financial advisors have 1,000, 2,000, maybe even north of 2,000 clients that they serve. And even from a practical point of view, I knew that if I was with a professional who was serving even 1,000 other clients, that they wouldn't be able to spend enough meaningful time with me to make sure that my finances were in proper position. Financial advisors at banks can be really great to work with until they're not. Once I understood the organizational structure of larger institutions, it started to become clear to me that the employees at those larger institutions are really working for the benefit of the organization itself and not necessarily for the client that they serve. One of the things that I found frustrating when working with the big banks is that I would find a financial advisor that I clicked with, worked really well with, but then a few years later they would be promoted. And then I would be stuck with a new green financial advisor who knew nothing about me, and I would have to spend extra time and effort to develop that rapport and see if they were a good fit to help me achieve my goals. One of the great questions that I found was good to ask your financial advisor to make sure that their interests were aligned with you is, what kind of investments can they place you in? Can they place you in low-cost investments, or are they forced to place you in investments that their boss told them that they had to sell to you? I find that the larger institutions are more like product pushing and trying to sell you from a prescribed list that they were told that they could sell from, and not actually shopping the market to find the low-cost investments that will actually save you money in the long run. You have the power to create the wealthy life that you want. It's about taking small, intentional steps to reach your goal. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. Ask if your advisor serves 1,000 clients or more. And if the answer to that is yes, they probably don't have your best interest in mind. Maybe stay away or avoid or think twice about the larger institutions. Because they have such a large and rigid institutional structure, they may be more focused on selling you products to make revenues on their side than they are to make sure that you're financially secure in the future. Also ask your advisor if they can put you in low-cost investments. If they can, that's going to save you money in the long run, and you'll know that they're trying to find the best options for you and not for their boss. If you want to achieve financial freedom, feel free to visit my website at drgenheeso.com to learn more and find more information about how you can achieve a wealthy and successful life. Thanks for joining. See you in the next video.